Hola.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Offstage. We're so happy to have you here with us. Tonight, we'll take a look back at Steel Magnolias, have a special tribute to moms just in time for Mother's Day, and hear from some of the dynamic actors in our family. But first, we're speaking with Talia Weltman Cisneros from SMU. Talia is a lecturer of Spanish in their World Languages and Literatures Department and joins us this evening to kick off our new Community Engagement in Action partnership. Welcome, Talia. Thank you for sharing space with us tonight. It's so lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Amy, and thanks everyone. Buenas tardes. How's everyone doing?
Well, I think our audience is really excited to hear more about what you do as a lecturer of Spanish.
Well, I teach a variety of Spanish language and culture courses. And one of the really unique opportunities that I have is to also develop courses that incorporate community engagement components and service learning, where our students work with community partners in immersive experiences, projects, and a lot of wonderful active community collaborative engagement. And we're excited because one of our community partners is the Dallas Theater Center.
Amazing. I love all of this. So tell us about the support that your partnership will provide and the sorts of projects you envision presenting for the community through that partnership.
So we love having a variety of ways in which our different communities can connect together and strengthen not only our individual programs and institutions, but our larger community as well. And at this point in time, we're working on supporting bilingual Spanish-English translations of a variety of the Dallas Theater Center website verbiage and different documents. And then also projects that include really bringing in the voices of our bilingual, bicultural, multicultural community members, interview projects with community members that speak to the different themes, issues that is presented in the amazing work, in the amazing events, and the amazing programming and theater production by DTC. So really bringing in those opportunities to have community voices in Spanish and English be a part of the narratives that you all bring to the stage, and having our students connect with community and you all in bringing all those voices together.
This warms my heart, Talia. I'm so happy that we're able to expand the work that we do in this way and with a longtime partner such as SMU. Can you tell us, as you speak about programs and performances and some of the work that happens at Dallas Theater Center, what has been some of your most memorable experiences with DTC?
Well, as a super fan myself, outside of my professional profesora hat, I love the production that Dallas Theater Center brings to our community and brings to the theater field in general. And for me, I think of two specific productions that really stand out. One being American Mariachi. I love that it really breaks open the spaces of Mexican and Mexican American culture, the mariachi music genre, and thinking about gender in these spaces to rethink how we can be more inclusive in very traditional cultural productions and components, and also thinking about those intergenerational moments and those connections, which I really think American Mariachi brings to the forefront and lets us think really critically through how we define ourselves, how we define our own cultures, and how we are open to rethinking inclusion in very dynamic ways. So I love that play. And then another wonderful work that I really, really appreciate, and I had seen it just after moving back to Dallas from the Detroit area, was the Public Works Dallas production of The Tempest. And for me, that was just access, access, access. I teach literature and culture, but what does it mean to think about Shakespeare from really a most accessible vantage point? From regardless of your literary background, you can really be immersed in this beautiful work, and then in a theatrical experience that really comes from the community. It is community based. And for me, that really exemplifies the beautiful work that DTC does. It is the community, it brings those voices and really intentionally pushes diversity, inclusion, and equity to the front of the stage so that everyone can be a part of that conversation. So those for sure stand out, bar none.
That's amazing, Talia. You picked two productions that are so near and dear to my heart and the hearts of so many others for all of the reasons that you've talked about and so many more. Well, I can't wait to see how we move things forward with this partnership and to have you back again and have a check-in in the future on all of the beautiful things that we're bringing to the community together. I thank you so much for being with us tonight to kick off that partnership. It was wonderful speaking with you. And until we meet again, thank you, Talia.
Thanks so much. Gracias.
Gracias. Imani Thomas has been watching the weather, so you don't have to. Hey, Monty, tell us what's happening out there.
Hey, Amy. How are you? Good. I'm pretty well myself. As you can see, I'm at the Potter Production Studio, where it is currently clear skies. It's nice and blue out here. It is also very hot. I'm staying in the shadows where it is safe, and I recommend everyone else do the same. Do not leave your porch, everyone. It is too dangerous outside. Back to you, Amy.
Live.
Thank you, Imani. Goodness gracious, I feel like we heard your skin sizzling. In the house it is for sure. Public Works Dallas is working hard on their newest production, A Little Less Lonely. Brandy Giles, the show's producer, and Asher Ross, Public Works Dallas Community Liaison, join us to talk about the design team for the show. Welcome, friends. It's so nice to see you both tonight.
Thank you so much, Amy. As you already said, my name is Brandy Giles, and this year I have the honor of being the producer for this production, Public Works Dallas, A Little Less Lonely, and I'm going to allow Asher to introduce himself.
Hi, y'all. I'm Asher Ross. I have the pleasure of being the Public Works Dallas Community Liaison. I'm also a student at SMU right now. So I'm very, very glad to be here.
We are just so excited for this summer. We know we've talked about in the past how we have done big pageants where we've invited all of our community members into the Wiley to share moments of laughter and love and celebration. And with everything going on in our community with COVID and everything right now, we've had to pivot so that we are now creating a 45-minute filmed production that will be a devised piece between our community actors and our directors and our staff at Dallas Theater Center. And we are really excited to create this.
And so we are currently transitioning from our weekly Spring Bravo term workshops into our movie, where we're going to showcase each individual location. And rehearsals for that are beginning on Wednesday, May 19th. And we are so, so excited. I know personally, I'm really, really looking forward to create and collaborate with an ensemble again. It's been a minute since I've had the opportunity to do that. And I'll pass it to Brandy to share something that she's looking forward to.
I am looking forward to everything, but I think the exact moment that I will be like so excited is during tech rehearsal, when we will be with everything. We'll have our videographer there, and we'll have our actors there, and our designers there, and our director there, and we'll actually get to see all the pieces come together. It's like holding that last puzzle and getting to place it in the piece and see the final picture at the very end. That's how I feel like tech's gonna be, and I'm so excited. And I know that our designers are really looking forward to this process as well. They're excited about bringing color back into our lives. It's been a sad moment, so we're excited to be able to lift that back up and to be able to be around each other and celebrate and enjoy each other's presence. So at this moment, I'd like to, if we can give a chance, to watch the video.
Hello, everybody. ¿Cómo están? My name is Maria Calderon. I am the coordinator for Public Works Dallas. This is my friend Asher Ross, and he is.
I am the community liaison, and I'm super glad to be here with Maria and all the rest of my friends on the creative team of our summer showcase, A Little Less Lonely.
Hi, my name is Lauren Floyd. I am a SMU alum from 2020, and I am also the hair and makeup designer along with Ariel Kriegel.
Hi, I'm Natalie Mabry. I am a second year MFA graduate student, and I am the scenic designer, and I have an assistant named Corey Garrett.
Hi, I'm Sharzad Mazahiri. I am going to design the costumes for this production, and I have an assistant whose name is Brittany Remy. And also, I am SMU first year graduate student.
Hi, I'm Larson Nichols. I'm the assistant director on A Little Less Lonely, and I am a first year undergraduate theater studies major at SMU.
You might have already heard from our big pageants in the summer, right? Public Works Dallas is the culmination of a whole year of work every time. And it's usually up to 200 people that are involved in the project. But of course, thanks to our dear friend, COVID-19, we have to make a few changes this year. But it's all very exciting. And that's why we have the best people working for us. So to you all, I would like to ask, in a few sentences, what inspires you about this summer showcase? And we can start with Ms. Lauren Floyd.
This year, what has been really inspiring Ariel and I is how much we miss people, how much we are excited to get out and actually go see people. And especially when we were brought on and there was the name A Little Less Lonely, we're just really excited to all get together and celebrate seeing each other again.
It's the resilience and the community. It's getting back in touch with people.
Getting people together again and getting colors back to life.
I think my inspiration for this project is the amount of community involvement that there is. I just think that's a really, inspirational and unique part of this project. And I'm very excited to work with everyone and collaborate with Dallas community members.
Scenically, we want to create a world that people feel safe and feel creative and feel welcomed.
We are really focusing on making sure that our community is safe this summer. We've gone through all the precautions for that. So that's something that, yes, it is such a challenge, but we are working against, and we've created this in a way that we feel everyone will be safe and will be following regulations for that.
Oh, I wanted to say that one of the best parts for me is the energy that every one of the team members are bringing to this production.
I have not worked on a big project like this since COVID started. So the best part about it is just getting to work with people again and collaborate with people. And even though, we're not in this space physically, there is still so much energy going back and forth and so much collaboration happening. So it's so lovely to have that again.
We just really want to play with color. We're so excited to see everybody. We really want to celebrate everybody. This is a really joyous thing that we're getting to do and share.
It's just been a gray year, it's felt. I mean, we've been isolated. Depending on how colorful the inside of your house is gray. Inspiration is how do we bring back life?
I really wanted to celebrate the things that people can do together.
Yeah, as everybody's mentioned, this has been a really dark year for a lot of us. And we're just trying to, bring some light to people's lives. So I'm really excited for that.
I'm sure we can all look at the future as a way to just grow from not mistakes, but things that we just need to keep working on.
What I want to bring this project from my SMU experience is that, be patient and just pay it forward.
I really hope that this is a good, strong reminder, definitely for me, for all the community members participating, everyone on our cast and crew, that we have lived through a year now of the pandemic when it's been really, really hard to get to be in the arts and do what we do. And we're still here.
I want something that the community feels proud and a part of. I want something the community feels like it's a community again. The title of the production, A Little Less Lonely, I just want that. I just want that.
I just want to be with people right now, with new people, with awesome people. And I think that this is something that I'm going to take away from this experience.
I think this is giving me a lot of hope for ways that we can create art in a safe way, with still the same impact for everyone. It's making me a lot more optimistic about the future and about the adaptability of theater and the resilience of the arts.
And with that, I would just like to say gracias. Thank you for tuning in into Offstage Dallas Theater Center, and we'll see you this summer a little less lonely.
We are so glad that we had the opportunity to work with our creative team. It was such a blast. Everything that we're doing for the summer showcase is in hopes to fulfill our showcase title, A Little Less Lonely. And with that, I'll hand it back to Brandy.
Thank you, Asher. And if you have any questions or concerns or just want any more information about Public Works Dallas, I encourage you to reach out to our Associate Director of Public Works Dallas, Stephanie Cleghorn-Hasso, and her email is stephanie.cleghorn@dallastheatercenter.org. And I think our friends are going to drop it in the chat. So please, please reach out to her with anything. And with that, I will pass it back to you, Amy.
Wonderful. That's an amazing introduction to the design team for our fabulous summer pageant. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Asher, for being here. And I can't wait to see what Public Works Dallas brings to the June episode of Offstage. Thank you, friends. This weekend, the country will be celebrating mothers. Here with a little DTC magic is Nicole Gignat, Assistant Head of Props, to share a quick do-it-yourself Mother's Day craft that you can make at home. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Nicole Gignat, and I'm the Assistant Head of Props at the Dallas Theater Center. Today, I'm going to be showing you a do-it-yourself way to make flowers out of coffee filters. They make a great Mother's Day craft. So what you'll need to be able to do this are coffee filters, something to use as your stems, so wooden skewers, straws, any kind of dowel you might have will be great. You also need a water-based marker for the color that you want your flowers to be. Some other things it's helpful to have are paintbrush, scissors, and a hot glue gun. So those are the essentials that you need, and we can get started. So first, you want to take your coffee filter and fold it in half and half again until you get a wedge. You can even fold it again into a wedge. And you want to trim it down and give it some fun edging so that your flower has more definition. I'm just going to cut little waves into mine, which is similar to what I did for these pink flowers, which is what we're going to try and make right now. When it's still folded up, you want to cut your edges, so now you have some wavy edges, and you also want to cut a little out of the center off of right there. So then you can do a bunch of those all at once, and then when you have your shape, it'll look something like that. Bigger, smaller, whatever size you want your flower to be. Then you can take your marker, and you're just going to color in around the white part. Once you've done that, you will get something that looks a lot like this. The next step is we want to bleed all of this marker out so it looks like a more uniform color. In order to do that, you can take another small container to hold on to all your water, and you'll need a cup of water, and take your paintbrush, and then you'll just sort of watercolor that marker around, and you'll notice that it sort of smudges and runs, which is great. Just be careful not to really use your fingers, because this will come off on your fingers and you'll be walking around with whatever flower color you picked for a day or so. It will eventually wash away, but you'll just want to be careful. So now what I've done is gotten a nice sort of blended tone for my flower. Now, trying not to touch it, I'm actually going to use my paintbrush and my skewer and try and just pick it up off of this. And I put mine onto a tray for it to dry. So you'll need this to dry so that the color sticks with the flower. And you could do all of those all at once. They can dry in a pile. You don't have to separate them out. And once they're dry, and you can use a hair dryer if that helps speed up the drying process. Just be careful, they are lightweight and they'll float around. But they will look something like these. And if you want more of the crinkly appearance, you can even bunch up the flowers a little bit which gives you more definition in the color as it's drying. So what we'll go ahead and do is, once they're dry, you just have to take whatever you want to use as your stem and poke it through the hole. Now you want to use a hot glue gun. Be careful, hot glue is hot and you can get burned if you're not careful of your fingers. So what you want to do is put just a little bit of hot glue around the top there, and then push your petal onto it. And then you can sort of just wrinkle up that bottom section, and everything will start to just create that first sort of petal appearance. After that, you just put as many petals as you sort of want your flower to be. On these pink flowers, I did four different coffee filters. So you just thread it through so it's ready to go. Take your hot glue gun. Again, be careful. It's hot. It will burn you. And then push it up, attach, curl it a little bit. And now you're starting to get more of your flower. I can do that again. Push it up. Some hot glue just around the base. You can go a little higher in the base if you want your flower to be a little bit tighter, but I'm making these so that they're a little fluffy. So I don't want to go too high into the previous filter. And now you can see it's really starting to come together. All the definition is sort of blending, but creating a really unique, pretty look. Don't be afraid to scrunch and wrinkle your coffee filter. This just helps give the flower more movement and make it all come together. So there we have it, your finished flower. Just repeat and eventually you'll have a beautiful bouquet.
Thank you so much for that, Nicole. And to all the mothers out there, we hope you have a weekend full of love, joy, and appreciation. For those of you who'd like to celebrate Mom with a cocktail, Jacob Peterman, our manager of box office services, is here to sip and spill a good recipe, not your drink. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Amy. Oh, welcome everybody. Nice to have you all here today. Again, Jacob Peterman, box office service manager, and I'm going to be your bartender tonight. So no, I'm not making a margarita today, if anyone wants to wonder. We're not talking about that. Today, we're going to be making a strawberry lemon drop cocktail. When the weather gets warm, and I talked about this last week, I love sitting by the pool at the end of the day of work, and I like to have a fruity cocktail. So this week, we're going to be doing that lemon strawberry lemon drop. Okay, so what we're going to need lemon vodka. I know I use this a lot, but this is probably my favorite vodka in the world. We're going to need some simple syrup, some strawberry puree that I've made, and then just a little bit of club soda. Real quick, I want to talk about these two things. Simple syrup, super easy to make. Yeah, you can go buy it at the store. It's going to be like $8 to $10, or you can just make it at home. If you just need a little bit, you can do 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of water. Let that cook down a little bit. Don't let it boil, but you just need to cook a little bit till all the sugar's gone, and then you can make it, and then this saves really, really well. The second thing is the strawberry puree. So I just got a regular carton of strawberries, cooked it down a little bit, and I threw it into a blender and then just blended it really, really fast. You don't need to seed it or anything. It's really simple to make. It punches a lot of flavor. And again, this keeps really, really well. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our shaker, and then we're gonna do 2 shots of lemon vodka and then half a shot of simple syrup. If you wanna do it in ounces, that's about 2.5 ounces of lemon vodka and then a half an ounce of simple syrup. So we're gonna throw that in there. And then we're gonna put the strawberry puree in here. And this one is a very accurate term. I'm just gonna put as much as I want in there. So we're just gonna squirt it in as much as you want, a little or less, up to you. If you want to be very scientific about it, you could do like 2 shots of puree or whatever. But again, this is to your taste. So we're going to put that on there and we're going to shake it up real quick. Beautiful color. And then you all know I love a garnish. So what I did is I took some freeze-dried strawberries and just like, you just can put them in a sandwich bag with a rolling pin and just like turn it into powder. And then you can put it on the edge of the rim of the glass. This is going to give you an extra bonus flavor of strawberry. So then we're just going to pour it straight into this glass. And then like most of my cocktails, I like to, ooh, it is a little messy, just be aware of that. I always like just to throw a little bit of soda water on the top, and this is just to lighten it up a little bit. And there you have it. We have a strawberry lemon drop cocktail. Excuse me. There you have it.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for that. It is always so enjoyable to see you mixing it up. My liver and I thank you.
You're welcome.
And we've had a few questions about our special guest tonight, and I just want to note that he's especially intrigued by this cocktail recipe. He's been listening along and kind of asking me, Mom, can I get one of those? But I really love all of the extra tips that you throw in, not just the cocktail recipe itself, which, you know, delicious, what can I say? But I love knowing how to make simple sugar. I love knowing how to crush strawberries. You are mixologist supreme. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I'll have one tonight and then take a rest for me and my liver until next month.
There you go.
Thank you so much. And just a moment to introduce this little guy. We always have an extra guest, an extra surprise guest tonight. We have Monkey Doodler Lacey with us. He just couldn't stand to not be a part of all the fun. He's been hearing all about it all along the way and decided he wanted to make his offstage debut tonight. So Monkey, thank you for being here with us, and thank you for endorsing cocktail recipes. We love it. Jonathan Norton, playwright in residence at DTC, mixed together a sports report for us. Jonathan, it's so good to see you. I can't wait to hear about the sports tonight.
Thank you, Amy. But actually, I am moved to speak on something that has come to me within the last 24 hours. You see, week after week, I've made no attempt to hide my absolute ignorance of any and all things sports related. I hide behind humor, a witty turn of phrase here or there, a snarky glare into the camera. But no more. Those days are over. It is time to come clean. This morning, I experienced a crisis of the soul, and I was forced to realize that I have been doing you, my loyal viewers, all 6 of you, a disservice. And even worse, I've let myself down. See, I've always been embarrassed about my lack of athletic ability. I was that kid who always got picked last, even when I was doing the picking. So I shunned sports and made no space for it in my life. But running from my past is not healthy, and it's time for me to embrace the wide world of sports and all the splendors it has to offer. And therefore, today, I am turning a new leaf, and I am going to give you the quality sports reporting you deserve, all 6 of you. So what can you expect going forward? It's simple. I'm going to give you statistics, averages, scores, in-depth game analysis. And I will say words and phrases like eligible receiver, hash marks, field goal percentage, and defensive efficiency ratio. I have no clue what any of that means. I looked it all up online. And if you're a true theater geek like me, like I am, then it's likely that you have no clue what I said either. So why should I bother? Why should it matter? It matters because you matter. All 6 of you. And I vow to you that I will give you nothing less than my best starting next month. Let's talk sports, DTC. Back to you, Amy.
Well, Jonathan, it warms my heart that we've been able to go on this journey with you of self-discovery and realization and acceleration in sports reporting. Thank you so much for sharing this time and space with us, and we look forward to hearing numbers and statistics and terminology in June. Dallas Theater Center is starting a new alumni interview series. You can hear from past resident acting company members and other amazing artists whose work we've had the pleasure to enjoy through the decades. In the first installment in the series, Brierley resident acting company member Tiana K. Blair speaks with former acting company member Christy Vela. Let's take a peek.
There's a line in Streetcar Named Desire where Blanche says, and sometimes there's God so suddenly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I love that line. And
yes,
just, you know, when something breaks open and you feel like you see God suddenly, you know, something happens to come in and save you. It's such a beautiful line. And then there's the line from Our Town also, where sometimes I'll be in the grocery store or like just outside or just, and I'm like, oh world, you're just too wonderful for anyone to realize you. I love that line.
yeah.
I love that line.
I love that. I love when things just constantly, you know how you say you wake up in the morning and sometimes you say, I don't want to work on Mondays anymore. What happens, what Harrison does, my husband's Harrison, this is for everybody else, not you, Kristen. But what Harrison does is, you know, like any show I'm in or any show we've seen, he sees it multiple times because he's always coming to the show. So he starts to learn the show. And so then after a while, like a month after the show closes and it's over, he just walks up to me saying lines from the show and or walks up to me and does other people's performances. And
did he ever say to you, drink your juice, Shelby?
No, he never said you need to drink your juice, Shelby, but it was something else. It was something else he kept saying from Steel Magnolias. I can't think of it, but drink your juice, Shelby is certainly one that I have said to myself.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So many people have come up to me and said that line. They're like, oh, drink your juice, Shelby. And I'm like, yes, I did tell Shelby to drink her juice. So
Continuing our look back this evening now with scenes from Steel Magnolias. A fan favorite here at DTC, Christy and Tiana portrayed mother and daughter Malin and Shelby Eatonton and were joined by other DTC goddesses Liz Michael, Sally Nyston Vale, Anna Hagedorn, and Nance Williamson. Grab a slice of armadillo cake and enjoy.
If I'm not mistaken, someone has a present to open.
Oh, is it for me?
Only if you wear a size 4.
I'll take it in.
Mama, would you?
Yes, this is just a little thing I picked up. It was on sale, truly.
Ladies, do I look fabulous or what?
God bless you,
You're gonna be the sassiest girl in that hospital.
What about me?
You ladies better come visit us.
Oh, I am gonna be by your side till you wake up, and yours too, Malin. I will manage somehow.
I will make sure that Drum stays calm during the operation.
We're in such good hands. Mama, you're gonna be a while, so I'm gonna go back to the house with Daddy to spend some time with him.
Good. Mwah.
Before we close out the evening, we'd like to take a moment to celebrate a colleague who is going on a greater adventure in the world. If everyone will join me now, we'd like to celebrate Professor Morgana Wilborn. Morgana came to Dallas Theater Center as the part of the education team 6 years ago and quickly became the director of that department. Her work in that time has changed the place forever, whether it be teaching a class for adults, teaching a class for students, a stay late experience, or contributing to the EDI efforts of the organization. Morgana, we love you. We'll miss you. You leave big shoes to fill, and we wish you the very best in everything that you do. The world is a better place with you in it.
We love you, Mo.
We love you.
Congratulations.
Monkey wanted to say goodbye. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you'll come out, literally, for our upcoming production, Working. It's directed by Tiana K. Blair, who we just heard from, and is making her directorial debut for Dallas Theater Center. It starts July 7th outside in Annette Strauss Square at the AT&T Performing Arts Center. And you have an opportunity to learn more from Jonathan Norton in his virtual playwriting class for adults. It starts May 10th. Just a few spots are left. You still have time to sign up. You can keep up with all the latest Dallas Theater Center news with our app. It's available now from the Apple Store and from Google Play as a free download. Or you can keep up with us on social media through our link tree that's going to be dropped in the chat for you. There are lots of ways to follow us. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you next month on June 9th for episode 6 of Offstage. Have a great night, everybody. We love you.
Chip, chip.